super proud to be a Brummie.
The city looks fantastic.
Bringing life to the various communities.
I love the fact that they're using local Birmingham people to be involved in the volunteering, to be involved in the performances.
Originally, we were bidding to host the Games in 2026, but when Durban got into trouble and pulled out, we'd already done a little bit of work to see if we could host in 2022 instead, and we were confident that we could deliver that.
Absolutely everything about Birmingham Commonwealth Games fills me with pride. I have seen the journey that we have been on. I was born in Birmingham, brought up in Birmingham. The people, the community, the culture just makes me proud to be a Brummie.
We've been bold, we've been audacious, we've demonstrated swagger and confidence, and that will remain during and beyond the 11 days of sport.
I don't think you can underestimate the challenges of a major event on a city or a council. They've already got lots of challenges themselves on their day-to-day business of running a city.
Birmingham City Council formed a programme team with a delivery partner to ensure that the city would be ready to be bold, proud hosts of the 2022 Commonwealth Games. The team was responsible for preparing the city's infrastructure, venues and communities for the Games and making the most of this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for the city.
2 years ago, I initiated a review with our delivery partner and Games partners and looked at all the things that we needed to do and the route to the Games. It's a delight to look back and see that we've delivered that plan almost exactly as we intended.
We're all in this together and we all want the same thing, and we're all prepared to play our part in making it happen.
I was one of the senior operations managers for London 2012. I think what that's enabled me to do is bring an understanding of how a major event like the Commonwealth Games affects a city and a region like the West Midlands. 2 weeks of sport in multiple venues across an entire region, with then the accompanying festival and all of the public scrutiny, the media scrutiny, global media scrutiny. All parts of the authority are really on it.
That one team approach has been the undercurrent for everything that we have done.
I'm really hopeful that that way of working will remain with us because, as you can see around you, that way of working has delivered in spades.
The Games has been an opportunity to accelerate the renewal of the city's transport and sporting infrastructure, including transforming the Alexander Stadium into a venue fit for global events and local sports and business use.
We only had 4 years to deliver this stadium where you normally get 8 years, and not only that, but we've delivered that in the midst of a global pandemic, during a time of Brexit and supply chain issues that have been a real challenge that the whole team has had to come together to get over and to deliver it on time and on budget. What this brings to Birmingham is the economic value that a stadium like this can generate in terms of hosting regional, national and international events.
I live just about half a mile that way, so I can not quite see the stadium, but close enough. Working on something that is benefiting your own city is just fantastic.
With millions of people visiting the city and tuning in around the world, we made sure our city ran smoothly and shone in the spotlight.
We've gone through the planning phase, through to delivery, and now we are in Games time mode. Within city readiness, we have city services, so that looks at things like the regulations and enforcement teams. We worked really closely with the street scene and parks teams to make sure that all of their street cleansing planning is enhanced for the Games. With the increased number of people and footfall coming into the city, it's just about keeping on top of it all the way through. We also work really closely with Transport and Highways. They're in charge of fixing the roads and upgrading all the maintenance requirements for the city ahead of the Games. We also have city celebrations and events, understanding what operations they need for their festival sites and having volunteers spread across the city. We also have the venues integration side. As Birmingham City Council, we own 3 of the venues that are being used across the Games. City dressing is all about bringing the celebration vibe to the city for a Games. It's what people will see when they arrive at the stations all the way through to their venues.
It's a rum thing, it's a rum thing. Hashtag 0121 is a place friendly fire come from. It's a rum thing, it's a rum thing. It's a rum thing, it's a rum thing. North, Mr. South, Mr. East, Mr. West. It's a rum thing. It's a rum thing, it's a rum thing. It's a rum thing. Hashtag 0121 is a place friendly fire come from.
Birmingham 2022 set out to be the most sustainable Commonwealth Games yet, aiming to leave a carbon-neutral legacy.
Birmingham Commonwealth Games is using a lot of existing facilities. They've done a really good job at their contribution to creating a more sustainable event.
we've also created a new model for these events going forward. And you might be noticing the Olympics now are moving away from creating a games village to using university accommodation, which is what we've done. And future iterations of the Commonwealth Games will be on that model as well.
Hosting an international sporting event over the whole region at different times of the day, and it's really underpinned by community engagement, making sure that residents and businesses understand the impact that it's going to have on them so they can plan ahead and then enjoy the event.
We engage with thousands of residents and businesses across the city and region, doing door knocks to drop-in sessions to letter drops and leaflet drops, and making sure that our engagement was inclusive and accessible.
The city invested in hundreds of employment, training, schools, sports, volunteering and creative opportunities to benefit and bring together all of our communities. And after a year of planning and engagement, thousands came together to celebrate the return of the Queen's baton, with 200 local baton bearers carrying the baton across the city in a relay that visited 32 community activities.
We wanted to celebrate all of Birmingham, all of the diversity, all the different cultures and faiths and communities, making sure that every part of Birmingham had their kind of local go-to place that they could go and celebrate.
To the joy and pride in people carrying this baton.
The different ages, the different backgrounds, all of that is there when we look at the people that are carrying the baton. And every single one of the 10 constituencies in Birmingham is being visited by the Queen's baton.
By successfully hosting a bold and vibrant Birmingham 2022 Commonwealth Games that celebrated its culture, heritage and diversity, the city has shown it is a world leader for global events with the capacity and confidence to manage major programmes.
The real prize is the legacy that we're driving off the Commonwealth Games. £184 million the City Council has invested into this event. For every pound we've invested, the government have invested £3. But aside from that, we've also levered £1 billion in transport infrastructure, world-class public realms and new homes for our growing population here in Birmingham.
Key has been the transfer of knowledge so that we as a city are able to deliver major events in future years.
The city is a very proud city of its heritage, but the city is ambitious for its future as well. So the Commonwealth Games is creating the conditions for us to then bounce and become the most amazing global city in the world.